why Andrew Tate was more successful than Luke Belmar. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this is not an attack on Luke Belmar at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I have a lot of respect for Luke, and I think he's done an amazing job. However, this is simply an objective analysis of why Andrew Tate was more successful online than Luke Belmar was, because this is simply the fact, and nobody can deny this. Who am I to talk about this? My name is Elite Pampa. I am the former head of sales and marketing at Tate for over 2 years, and my team members, 17 of the 25 marketers who generated 99% of all traffic for Tate, and, you guessed it, for Luke Belmar. So we had people behind the scenes of both. First, they were in Hofstra University, the real world campus, generating all of the traffic there. Later, they left and went over to the Luke Belmar Capital Club Ambassador Program, where they generated the traffic there. So you had the same affiliate marketing team of world-class short-form content editors and marketers making content for both of them, pumping traffic for both of them. However, you had two very different results, right? And why was that? The first reason was that Andrew Tate is simply a better orator and presenter. Full stop. If you put the two people side by side, Andrew Tate and Luke Belmar, and you ask somebody who's more captivating, who's more charismatic, who's more entertaining, who's more funny, it's always going to be Andrew Tate. It's a no-brainer, right? And that's only because Luke Belmar did not understand the things that he did not understand. He didn't know any better, right? If he had, he would have improved these things, and he would have also had similar results to Andrew Tate. Now, the second reason was because Andrew Tate simply was cooler. Full stop. He lived a cooler life, did funner things, he went out, picked up chicks, did all of this fun stuff, right? And this is super key. If you're not doing all this fun stuff all the time, how are you going to expect to have sauce on camera? How are you going to expect to be captivating, charismatic, and entertaining? It all comes from who you are, right? You got to be actually living that life. And the very key point was that Luke Belmar would always say, just ignore girls and focus on the money. Anybody who understands life knows that this is a one-way ticket to become boring, become a nerd, become a geek, right? It's obvious. You have to go out and meet chicks. This is what keeps you sharp. This is what keeps you entertaining. This is what keeps you charismatic, because women are the mirrors of men. If you're not coming across in the right way, they're going to reflect that to you. So Luke Belmar would preach the opposite of that. And that's obviously why he didn't have as much sauce as Andrew Tate. It's super necessary, right? Now, the next point was that Andrew Tate was literally a harder worker than Luke Belmar. I had guys inside of the Capital Club Ambassador Program, and they were telling me, well, why isn't Luke creating YouTube videos? Why isn't he making new content? I'm having to repurpose the same content all the time. Now, while mind you, these are world-class, best of the best in the world short-form content creators, and they were complaining about this. They repurposed these clips loads of times. They squeezed every ounce of virality these clips had anyways. But at some point, you need to create new content. Andrew Tate was a content creation machine. He was militant about this. He'd block out a time in his day every single day to create new content. And he'd pump it out because he understood the principle of energy. There needs to be new, fresh energy in the universe all the time. Luke Belmar didn't have that. So that's another reason why he wasn't as successful. Now, a lot of you guys especially might be thinking, okay, well, if I can just take some of the short form content editors that these guys had, these marketers, and I can apply them for myself. Yeah, maybe I'm not as good of a speaker as Andrew Tate. Maybe I don't have the lifestyle Luke Belmar has, but I can still generate some of the results. No, you can't. You first of all need to have a repertoire of YouTube videos that Andrew Tate had loads of. Luke Belmar had a decent amount. You need to actually become an amazing speaker and actually become that person. You have to. There's no way around this. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time creating short-form content, pumping traffic. Focus on what matters first. It's step by step, right? Had Luke Belmar come to me and told me, okay, I need to learn what you know about working with Andrew Tate so that I can become that and surpass and become even better. I'm going to be the #1 student. I would have helped him and would have become massively more successful, obviously, right? These were just things he was missing. He wasn't that person on camera. He wasn't that kind of world-class orator that Andrew Tate was. He wasn't as concise. He wasn't as hard-hitting. He didn't have the life experience that Andrew Tate had. And all of these things culminated into him being less successful than Andrew Tate. And it's simply what it was, right? If you want to learn what Luke Belmar missed out, then you need to join Cloud Profit Academy, because I teach all these things inside. Anybody can come to me, anybody can approach me, and can find out more. Go to cloudprofit.com, where I have a free presentation on exactly what is inside Cloud Profit Academy and how it is based on the Tate secrets, which is the fundamental basis of why Andrew Tate was so successful. You can watch more there. Link in the description. You can also join my Telegram channel, t.me/cloudprofit, where you can access me directly. You can have daily sauce that you receive in your Telegram channel that I send there every single day on marketing, on presentation, on sales, oration, on esoteric secrets, All of this stuff you're going to learn inside. And also have semi-regular live calls where you can speak to me directly and ask me any questions. You also have my contact details in the description of that Telegram channel where you can contact me with anything that you want. And that's all. So keep this in mind. If you want to be as successful as Andrew Tate, as Luke Belmar, now you know the difference why they had different results. So take the principles from this, apply them to yourself, and become successful yourself. Godspeed.